Hey, hello folks, I hope you can hear me okay. Uh, it's a little late tonight. I think, gosh, what is it? It's almost 4 o'clock here in the Rocky Mountain West, Salt Lake City, Utah, where just out my window here, it's too dark to see. Well, you can see the snow on the mountains there, but if you look out at night, it's 11,000 feet straight up from the valley floor, and snowbird alta for you skiers gets 500 inches of great powder snow every year. And just to tell you how good the powder is, when I was a little kid, I'd go out in the front yard and try and make a snowball, and it would just float out of your hands. You couldn't pack it. But hey, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about what we discussed earlier, and that's, anxiety disorder and depression. And let me sit a little closer because I'm talking a little soft because people are asleep here. I can't sleep. But anyway, if you do suffer from it, or you know somebody that suffers from it, the last time I talked to you is you have to take control of your own treatment, because you pay that doctor, at least in the U.S. you do, and the doctor works for you, and you should get well informed about what your complications are. Anxiety is terrible, in my opinion, and just because my face is sweating, let me get a rag and I'm going to wipe it off. But it's terrible. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, there we go. And anyway, I've been so anxious where I've been pacing in the garage for 6 hours at a whack. Can't settle down. Pacing back and forth, and your mind's going, your mind here is going 190 miles an hour like a squirrel in the cage, and you can't control it. You can't stop it. No matter what you're trying to do, you can't do it. Well, let's try some deep breathing exercise. Get a paper sack, Yeah, well, that's a bunch of malarkey as far as I'm concerned, The only thing that I have ever found that helps is on a website, which I think I talked to you earlier, and I'm just going to mention it now because you've had a chance to look at that website, and I hope you have, and read through it. But it's Adderall, and Vyvanse. And Adderall is let's face it, it's an amphetamine, and Vyvanse is straight amphetamine. So is Adderall. Adderall's got a little bit more ingredients mixed into it. But people like us, the Adderall, and when you first start taking it, it will give you kind of an uneasy feeling. Well, bear with that, man. Don't drop it because of that uneasy feeling, because that uneasy feeling is going to, after maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, you might be a little uptight, but after that, it's going to make you feel like a human being, like you're human, like your brother, your sister, your mother, your aunt, you know, your uncle, your grandfather. It's going to make you feel like you're normal, you know, and for God's sakes, excuse my French, I don't know if that's French, because I'm from Utah, but it's going to make you feel darn good, and you won't abuse it. I mean, I'm sure it's habit forming to a certain extent, but it's not a narcotic, you know, where I've seen my brother hooked on narcotics because of knee surgery for 12 years. Give me a break. I mean, some doctor get him off, you know. But Adderall is not, and Vyvanse is not a narcotic, so you're not going to get this addiction to it. And if you have to go off it, you're not going to get this, oh my God, I'm going into the DTs, or I got to go into a rehab house, or you know, I'm gonna die, you know, like a heroin addict. That's a bunch of crap, you know. And your relatives are gonna give you garbage about taking it, but you got to tell your relatives, hey, it's either that or come down and visit me in the garage and pace with me, okay? And I won't hear one damn word you're saying, excuse my French again. But come on down, pace with me, talk to me. I won't understand what you're talking about. I won't hear what you're saying because my mind's going 190 miles an hour. You know, so there it is. I mean, but I can't emphasize, you take charge. You take charge of your health care. It is your body. It is your mind. It is your well-being. And you pay that doctor. At least if you're from America, you pay that doctor. I don't know socialized medicine. I don't know much about it. All I know is you're taxed to death, and I feel sorry for you. You know. But again, America's going banco, so what the heck, you know? See, I can laugh, and I've got anxiety disorder and depression. You know, why does depression set in? Well. And I've got to cut this short, but depression sets in because your mind's going 190 miles an hour. You can't sit down. You can't relax. You know, you can't sit at a computer. You can't read a book. You can't read a newspaper. You can't play Nintendo. And you're constantly fiddling and pacing. You can't understand what people are saying to you. And so, God, isn't it normal for depression to set in? Well, sure. Yeah. No dummy can argue that one. I mean, I'm certainly not going to argue it. I've had it. I've been in the abyss. You know, and you have too. You know what the abyss is. Well, get the hell out of the abyss. Get on Adderall or Vyvanse. Now, most people like the Vyvanse. I particularly like the Adderall. It's got a salt ingredient, which kind of has a calming effect on me. But again, most people like the Vyvanse. So, anyway, go to that website again. And I can't stress this enough. It's called Ask Dr. Jones. You can Google it. Ask Dr. Jones and read it. Read it thoroughly. You know, it's going to help you. And I'll get back to you soon. Take care. Seriously, take care and take charge. And if you don't like your doctor, fire his ass. Excuse my French again. But you hired him, you fire him, you go get a doctor that's going to help you. And one last thing, proper dose. If you don't get the proper dose, and it's going to mention it in that website, Ask Dr. Jones. And by no means, I don't get a kickback from this doctor. And I do not endorse him. I don't even know him. He's from Texas. I'm from Utah. That's a hell of a long ways. Excuse my French again. But he's right on the money because the doctor that prescribed me the dose, smartest doctor out west, and he did the same thing that this Dr. Jones did. Now, read it, do it, follow up on it, fire your doctor if he won't help you. Get a new doctor that will. See ya.